Hey up, me odes. It is Rowie here. It is Sunday. It is the early evening after the night before, and I'm not going to lie to you, I am hanging out of my arsehole today. I pulled up my finest caskin slacks yesterday afternoon and went out caskin with the lads and lasses. And the Jaeger bombs doth flow. I hate Jaeger bombs. They are dreadful, and I'm never drinking them again because I got twatted yesterday, which absolutely sucked. But it's not going to get in the way of my promise of making sure I start getting all the new Neon Raptor beers reviewed on the channel, ideally before Raggy gets in there and puts them on his channel. It's a very friendly rivalry. It's not even a rivalry. I've got a lot of time for Raggy. If you're watching this, help me out. And then, yeah. And so there's two releases from Neon Raptor this week. So I'm going to get both of them opened in glasses and slurped. And, yeah, neither of them this week are really aimed at me, to be honest with you. One's a pale ale and the other's a sour. I don't really drink pale ales. Yeah, I don't really drink pale ales. I'd rather have a sort of slightly higher ABV. And my thoughts on sour beers are quite well known already. But hey, you know, we're going to get them slurped, aren't we? So the artwork. So first of all, on the pail, we have got Mr. Pipes, and so this is one of the Halloween beers that are coming out. It's a reference to, there was a BBC show, I think it was in, pardon me, maybe in the sort of early 80s, mid 80s, called Ghost Watch, and it was, oh, got a bit of a cough coming on. It was in the 80s, called Ghost Watch, and it was a massively complained about show because it was so scary. For a TV show, it was so scary. I don't think it aired for 30 years due to the backlash of it. I think it had people like Terry Wogan on it who were obviously in on it. I think it was about a family that were haunted by a poltergeist, and people. It was so good. People actually thought it was an actual haunting, and people complained about that. So that's got some, as always, it's got some great artwork on there. So yeah. And the second one, this is a sour. This is a collaboration with Funky Fluid. Yeah, so we're at Funky Fluid, Poland. Yeah, Funky Fluid from Poland, and this is Jet Set Billie, and it's a blackberry, red cherry, coffee, and vanilla breakfast sour. And as you can see by the artwork there, Heather went all out with that one. She has gone batshit crazy getting everything on there. So this collab with Poland's Funky Fluid combines blackberry, red cherry, coffee and vanilla to create a tantalising, rich breakfast sour. It honours old video games and sadly departed dogs everywhere. Obviously named after the video game Jet Set Willy. And I probably should have looked this up beforehand, but I think the Billie is a reference to there's a beer festival that's named after a dog that I believe has recently passed away. So you know, rest in power, Billie. So yeah, and obviously my cat that passed away was also called Billie. So that's a double whammy there. And as always, it's got the roll can before opening, so you can hear that there. 3 minutes in, not even opened the beer yet. That's insane. So yeah, first of all, we'll start with Mr. Pipes. Again, I like pale ales, but I'd rather have an IPA. Even looking into the can, I can see that this is super hazy, so that's always a good thing. Get this in the old staggeringly good Warrior Fest glass. A lovely colour to it, nice big head, but that could be to the, you know, almost nitro pour that I gave that one. So we'll get that there. Looks lovely, doesn't it? And then we'll get this hanging out my arse. I'm about to get 2 beers down me. Fucking fantastic. And we'll get the Jet Set Billie. That can go in the Emperor's glass. I was actually having a beer with Damien from Emperor's yesterday. He was kind enough to take me to the Embankment, where they had one of his newest beer on, called Black and Blue, which was absolutely delicious. Got again, absolutely fantastic colour on that. Oh, you can literally smell the coffee as soon as that got poured into that glass. I can smell the coffee on that one. So yeah, we've got the Jet Set Billie here, and obviously, and the pale ale there. So let's enough messing around now. Let's get them bloody slurped, shall we? The pale ale, kill or cure. That coffee aroma is so strong. Like even like I'm about a foot and a half away from it, and I can still just get coffee on that one. So yeah, let's have a little slurp of this one. Yeah, that does everything a pale ale. Yeah, it's got Ella in. I thought I could taste Ella. Enigma Ella Nelson Sauvin. So it has got like a lovely, yeah, almost sort of like white grape. Yeah, it says the white wine on there, but yeah, it's got a lovely sort of white grape sort of quality to that one. Super quaffable, super smashable, lovely, lovely bitterness right at the very end there. As in that actually that finishes way more bitter than I think any 4.8% pale ale has the right to finish. But that is, yeah, that's absolutely fantastic. That's really, really easy drinking. Yeah. Almost really sweet to start off with, but then lovely, lovely and bitter right at the very end. Now it's time to have one of them sour beers that all you posers pretend to like. So let's get this. So let's just bloody get it over with, shall we? God, I'm so getting fired for that. Like, I'm so getting fired for not being like enthusiastic about Neon Raptor beers. But yeah, it's just, I mean this in a nice way. Like, it's less sort of like fresh coffee, and it's more like, you know, if you've used an espresso machine, if you work in a bar, it kind of smells like the knockout drawer of when you've made coffee. So it smells more like coffee, ground coffee, than it does like espresso. But there's tons of coffee, maybe a little bit of vanilla right on the very end. But hey, let's get it bloody slurped. That's very nice. That's very, very nice. Oh, it's not as sour as I thought it was going to be. It's definitely a sour beer. You know you're drinking a sour. The coffee isn't as strong as I thought it was going to be. The coffee comes in almost straight away. Straight away, the first thing you get is the coffee. The vanilla sort of mellows that out a little bit, but then it becomes all about, yeah, the blackberries. Then you get tons and tons of blackberries right at the very end. So yeah, it's quite tart. Yeah, it's unusual. It's weird. I'm sure you'll all go crazy for it because it's a sour. It's a weird colour. Yeah. Of the two of them, obviously it goes without saying I prefer Mr. Pipes because it's got a horror movie reference, and it's not a sour. So that's always great. But yeah. Well, thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, give us a like and a subscribe. Let me know in the comments if you've had these beers and if you thought they were any good or not. Yeah, that's it really, isn't it? So yeah, it's another video done, isn't it? So yeah, I'm gonna go now. Yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Take care of yourself. See you in a bit. Yeah, bye.